You ever have one of those days where you know exactly what you should be doing, but you just can't make yourself do it? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. Today, we are diving deep into the science of motivation, and we're going to find out how you can literally rewire your brain to stop procrastinating and actually start achieving your goals.
I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right? Why is it so ridiculously hard to stay motivated, even for things we really want? It feels like this constant, frustrating battle. You start, you stop, you feel guilty, and the cycle just repeats. But what if I told you the answer isn't about having more willpower? What if it's about understanding how your brain is wired from the get-go?
Okay, so at the very heart of this whole struggle is this epic tug-of-war happening inside your head. On one side, you've got what we can call the comfort brain. It loves anything that's easy, familiar, predictable. Its main job is to save energy. But on the other side, you've got the growth brain, and it totally thrives on challenges and effort. And that internal fight, that's what keeps so many of us feeling completely stuck. And this whole situation leads us right into something called the motivation trap. To get out of it, we've got to understand why our brain sets the trap in the first place. And believe it or not, it all boils down to a super basic survival instinct.
Think about it like this. Your brain has a default, a factory setting, and that setting is all about comfort. It's designed to be crazy energy efficient. It wants to automate as much as possible, creating habits, building routines, so it can save its fuel for, actual emergencies. The only problem is, this brilliant energy-saving feature can't tell the difference between a good habit and a bad rut that's holding you back.
Now, I know that might sound a little bit grim, like we're fighting a losing battle. But here's where the science gets really hopeful. Your brain's blueprint, it is not set in stone. It's malleable, it's adaptable, and you, yes you, hold the power to change it. So let's get into the science that makes this all possible.
So the first huge concept you need to know is neuroplasticity. This is this mind-blowing idea that your brain is basically like modeling clay. It can be reshaped by your thoughts, your actions, your experiences. For example, there's this famous study on London taxi drivers. Their brains physically changed. The part responsible for spatial memory literally grew bigger as they learned the city's 25,000 streets. I mean, how cool is that? That's neuroplasticity in action.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The brain you have is not the brain you have to have. Those feelings of being unmotivated, those habits you hate, they're just well-worn roads in your brain. They aren't permanent. You can actually carve new ones. But what's the fuel for that project? What makes you want to build those new pathways? Well, that's where a very important brain chemical comes into play.
Hey everybody, meet dopamine. You've probably heard it called the motivation molecule. Now, here's the secret. It's not just about feeling good after you do something. It's the powerful engine of wanting to do it in the first place. And the really crucial part is that your brain often releases more dopamine in anticipation of a reward than from getting the reward itself. And we can totally learn to hijack this system for our own good.
Okay, so we know our brains can change because of neuroplasticity, and we know dopamine is the chemical fuel for our drive. So the big question is, how do we actually put this science to work? This next part is all about the how, the practical, real-world tools you can use to become the architect of your own motivation.
We're going to focus on 3 incredibly powerful strategies. Each one is designed to work with your brain's natural programming, not against it. They seem simple on the surface, but trust me, when you use them consistently, they are absolute game changers for forging those new pathways for motivation.
All right, first up, start small. No, I mean incredibly small. So small, it's almost laughable. If your goal is to write a book, don't think about the book. Just open the document and write 1 sentence. That's it. Want to start exercising? Don't plan a whole workout. Just put on your workout clothes. These tiny actions are so easy they just fly right under your brain's resistance radar. And every little win gives you a tiny hit of that anticipatory dopamine, which makes you want to do it again tomorrow.
Now, this next one is all about the story you're telling yourself. That little voice in your head. Your thoughts literally create your reality. So when you catch yourself thinking, this is too hard, or I'll probably just fail anyway, you have to consciously stop and reframe it. You're not lying to yourself, you're just changing the question. You're shifting from a mindset of, this is a threat, to this is an opportunity.
And finally, visualization. Now, this isn't just some vague, wishful thinking. This is a full-on mental rehearsal. Think about professional athletes, like Olympic skiers. Before a race, they stand at the top of the hill and mentally ski the entire course. They're not just daydreaming, they are literally activating the same parts of their brain as when they are actually doing it, building a kind of neural muscle memory. You can do the exact same thing for a big presentation, a tough workout, anything. So, we've covered the why and the how. Now let's bring it all home and put it together into a super simple action plan you can use every single day to make this stuff stick. This is where the real change starts to happen.
Forget about waiting for someday. The process of rewiring your brain doesn't have to be some huge project you save for a Monday or for New Year's. It can start right here, right now, with one tiny decision and one simple plan.
Here it is, your daily 3-step routine. It's so simple. In the morning, just pick one tiny 2-minute goal. At some point in the middle of the day, take 60 seconds, just 1 minute, to close your eyes and really see yourself doing it successfully. And then in the evening, just take a moment to reflect. Find one negative thought you had during the day and just practice reframing it. That's it. It's simple, it's repeatable, and it's so incredibly powerful.
So the only question left is, what's it going to be for you? What small, comfortable habit are you going to challenge? What new neural pathway are you going to start carving out today? Because the real power isn't just in knowing all this stuff, it's in actually using it. So, what will you rewire first?